Worth. I'm gonna teach you about life in early America. The reason why the settlers left came to America. Some Englishmen came for religious freedom from the church. Um, they wanted land and wealth that they couldn't have in England. They wanted freedom from the king's rule. They wanted a new beginning and they wanted an adventure. They also wanted gold and riches. The 13 colonies, each colony was unique in its characteristics. However, they were grouped together based on location, reasons why they were founded, and what types of industries that they had and created in the general location. This is a picture of the New England colony. It's kind of blurry, but hey, the New England colonies were made up of Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. The settlers made a great deal of money fur trapping. Other economic opportunities in New England were based around the sea, fishing, shipbuilding, and whaling. The soil was rocky, so the New England colonies were not known for their farms. People in New England towns lived, worked, and worshiped close together. The meeting building and the church were the most important buildings in the town. The Puritans settled in Massachusetts because they were so strict. Some Puritans left Massachusetts and founded the other New England colonies, the colonies of New Hampshire, Connecticut, Rhode Island, or Rhode Island, were friendlier, more tolerant of people's differences. Um, by the 1750s, busy cities cropped up around the New England colonies. Boston became world famous for its shipping ports. New England Colony School was one room, one teacher, very strict. Children were often whipped for punishment. The main subject they were taught was reading. Middle colonies. This is a picture of what a middle colony would have probably look like. Um, the settlements here were considered a rural colony. Um, the king sent governors here to watch over the middle colonies. However, it was difficult for the king to have much power over colonies, and many colonies were considered to be self-ruled. The middle colonies were based on agriculture, small farms that produced many different crops. There were also factories that produced iron. This picture of the crash crop, sometimes called the breadbasket colonies because they grew so many crops for making bread. The land was luscious and fertile. The wagon was invented in Pennsylvania and used for trade. Animal colonies are Quakers. This religion was a big part of life in mill colonies. Although other religions were welcome, the Quakers came to Pennsylvania to escape persecution from the King of England. They lived in New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania. Southern colonies. The settlers here, for the most part, wanted to make money. They brought their families, and the slaves worked on the land. Many settlers here were rich and in large owned plantations. A plantation grows only one type of crop, very different from the farms of the middle colonies. Uh, Most entire agricultural plantations were abundant. A large part of the workforce was African slaves. Plantations grew tobacco, rice, and indigo. Slavery back then was legal. Children born as slaves became slaves themselves at a young age. Slaves were imported from Africa. Slave traders made a great deal of money. Colonial life. Facts about schools in the colonies. Boys normally went to grammar schools, while girls went to same schools. Uh, no chalkboards, maps, or paper. School teachers were strict and were allowed to hit their students or make them wear a students hat if they were bad or said something wrong. In New England colonies, children were taught to read so they could study the Bible. Boys got to also learn Latin and math and other subjects to get to college. Girls could learn to read, but they weren't allowed to go to grammar school or to college. The middle colonies, most schools were private. Students also learned other subjects so they could get into college. Girls weren't allowed to attend unless they were Quakers. In the southern colonies, children were mostly taught at home, as in other colonies. Southern girls did not go to higher schooling. During the free time, they made clothes, they sled ride, they ice skated, they did barn raising, dance and social clubs, and they did police. They had conflict in the colonies. Native American and colonists began attacking each other's villages. They had very different ideas about owning land. Natives believed no one could own land, while colonists believed you could own land if you claim it. Uh, Arguments began to lead to war, resulting in lives lost. Some tribes were nearly completely wiped out because English settlers had many advanced weapons.